What's up, my beautiful dreamers, and welcome back for another video with your girl, Shlinda1. Shlinda1. Okay, guys, so we're here. And, of course, you already know what this video is about. It's all about FENTY. So in this video, I'm not going to bore you with the details. You've seen 18,944 other videos talking about those things. So we're going to get right into my thoughts when it comes to this line. First thing, kudos, Heifer. Kudos, Rihanna. I think you and Jay-Z, Beyonce, y'all all, you can tell that you guys are all under the same umbrella because you like to do that. Didn't even know you had one coming out, and here, bam, there it is. Go get it. Bam. There. That's for you. Like, that's what you hit us off with, and it was fantastic. 40 shades. What can you say? 40 shades. There are other companies out there that do offer 40 plus shades as well, but coming out off the gate with 40 is very rare, and that is what she's going to get props for. Big time props. And it goes from the fairest to the fair to almost to the darkest of the dark. And I've heard a little rumor that others will be coming out, which I do think is necessary. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Out of all her collection, there's some hits, there's some misses, there's some things that I really, really love. So we're just going to go through the things that I got and talk about them a little bit. Mercy, fix your wig, girl, fix your wig. Okay, so first thing is the primer. This is the primer. I believe it or not, it's a very narrow bottle, so I didn't expect it to be so narrow. But what I would say, speaking on behalf of a dry girl, I am definitely normal to dry, and this did not necessarily dry my skin out at all. It definitely does have like a blurring effect, but it's not a 100% blurring effect. I do still see my pores. I actually did a really good job trying to fill in my my smile lines, but I do still see them being pronounced a little bit. So this, I would give it like a B, because it definitely does blur, have some type of blurring effect, but it's not like smearing, you know, like really, and from what I'm understanding, it doesn't necessarily 100% block out oil. It's okay. I like it. I definitely like it with this foundation. And not only that, but I love the consistency. From a dry girl, I love to put more creamy things on my hair and my skin, actually. So I enjoyed that this definitely had more of a cream feel to it, like more of a moisturizing feel to it. So it really just applied nicely onto my skin. I didn't feel like there was no tugging, and I'm here for that. So I actually really do enjoy this. Like I said, I give it about a B. Give it a B. Okay, let's go straight into these foundations. Because in my opinion, in the whole collection, if you don't get nothing else, get you a foundation. They are spectacular. I mean, my skin looks beautiful. For it to be a soft matte, I think that it can be worn by us as well as dry girls. I typically stay away from matte foundations, but I feel like this one was really good, and I actually say I really like it with the primer. The only suggestion I would give, definitely have to make sure your face is well moisturized. It's very important. I got the colors 440 and 450. Just because I went to the store, but I didn't do any of the swatches in the store because I had already went online and ordered it. And so my true color is 440. I need to say this. This does not oxidize. I don't know why people keep saying that. And I think of wet paint. The paint that dries on your wall is not the same color as when you open the can. So this is no different. When you put it on the back of your hand or however you apply it, it is going to be one color. When you first blend it out, it is going to be one color. But you have to allow enough time for it to dry down. So the process of it drying down is not it oxidizing. It is it going through its drying phase. Now, the only time it oxidizes is if it's dry and then more time go by and it gets darker. That is not what happens with these. So they do not oxidize. They just have to go through, just like most other foundations have to go through the time of drying down. Also, you can't look at this color in here and then see the color on your face and say, hey, it oxidized because it's not this color. The foundations are in frosted bottles, 1, and 2, they're wet in the frosted bottles. So the color is definitely going to be different. Really like the packaging. The tops on these are white, and the top on the primer is pink. Believe it or not, I would have liked the pink color. I understand the difference, you know, not to mix anything up, but I personally like that soft pink, beige, whatever color that is. I think it's really pretty. So I have to say, if you don't get anything else, the foundations are beautiful. It leaves you with such a beautiful skin finish look. I love it. I just think it's beautiful. I'm here for it. I wouldn't necessarily say it has become my holy grail or anything like that. It definitely comes out more medium to full coverage. But I think it will lose a little bit of its beauty if you continue to try to cake it on. I love the fact that it looks like skin, and it only looks like skin because it is a medium foundation and it can build to a full coverage. Now, if you have a lot of discoloration on your face, a lot of pigmentation on your face, I don't know. You're going to definitely have to color correct and all that stuff, but I don't know if I would recommend this just because you will lose the beauty that I believe that it wants to give you if you just continue to cake. I do believe that you can put on 3 layers and still have a beautiful finish though. So it's all about kind of what's going on with your skin. Fantastic though. My skin looks beautiful. It does look matte. A little bit more matte than I typically would go for, but it definitely still has a very beautiful finish. So I'm here for it. The next thing is the trios. The Conceal, the Highlight, as well as the Contour. The Conceal I got in Suede, very pretty. What I would say is I would not substitute my concealer for this. This is a highlight, and I would use it as a highlight just to help, you know, highlight those other areas. But I still feel like there's still so much darkness down there. I still would need to go in with a concealer. This is not a full coverage concealer. This is literally something that can go over your foundation and just highlight that area nicely without it being cakey, and it blended out beautifully, but it's still going to show that darkness underneath. So I would say put this on first and then apply a little bit of concealer on top of it just to help fill in those darkness if you have a lot of darkness underneath your eyes. Now if you don't have a lot of darkness underneath your eyes, this is all you're going to need. This is going to be fine. This color is in Suede, which is a perfect color for my skin tone. It was beautiful. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the highlight. That I really, really like this bad boy. This color is in Cinnamon, and I just think it's beautiful. It is stunning. It is stunning. Now, she came out with several, but this is definitely the one that caught my eye, and I'm so glad that it is the one that actually came with the trio, the deep trio, because it's just stunning. It's like a rose gold. It's beautiful, can be worn by itself, blended out beautifully with my finger. Here for it. Definitely here for it. Contour. The contour stick was a little espresso, and this is the color, and this is how much you get in here. Yeah, it's I gotta do this real quick. I want to compare it real quick to, and just in case, this is the darkest one that comes in the collection. However, I know a lot of my darker sisters, way darker than me, really probably can't use this to really chisel out their face. However, Tyra actually came out with some, and I think this is her darkest, and it's like a black. Like, look at that color. It's like a black. Now, this is how much you get with Rihanna, but it's skinnier than Tyra's. Tyra's is, hopefully you can see that, Tyra's is like fatter. But so it might equal out with size. But if any of my darker sisters are looking for a darker contour, Tyra Banks actually really do make them. And she's a black girl, you know. She's an African-American woman who's coming out with things for us. So just like we support Riri, we need to support this, especially if this is something that you would like to use. Now, I guess the best way I could say about the contour stick, if you really wanted to contour, you would have to go in a few times after blending to really get the depth that maybe you are looking for. I wouldn't use this to contour my face. I would use this to bronze my face, and I think it did a beautiful job with giving a nice soft flawlessness to just, you know, just to bronze and bring back some color into my skin. But I wouldn't necessarily run to this if I really wanted to like contour my face. This is not what I would run to do that with. I thought it was a beautiful bronzer just to help add some warmth back around the perimeter of my face, but not necessarily to contour, but more to bronze my face than to contour my face. I believe there's other things on the market that gives a little bit more of the grayness to really help really add that shadow to your face. Let's go over to the highlighters. She came out with 4 duos and then 2 main like full pan highlighters. Out of all the 4 of this one, I think it's 4 to 6 or something like that. This is the only one that I actually gravitated to, and it is the one of the darkest shades because it's the only one that I felt like was really going to show up on me. And the other ones that would show up, I have somewhere in my collection. But this one is the Ginger Binge and MULE, and it's beautiful. I do have it on right now. It is absolutely stunning. I think, is this a must-have? I'm probably going to say no. It is beautiful to have, and I think you should get it if you want to be a part of this amazing movement. But it's not like knock your mother down because she's standing in front of you in the line to get it. You understand what I'm saying? It's beautiful. I like it a lot. I do have on both of these right now. I like this one because it definitely gives you more of a softer highlight, as you can see. And then when you want to take it to that next level, you can go on with the other one, and it's that next pop. And I do have that other one right in the middle, and it really just gives it that extra pop. It's beautiful. I'm glad I have it. But is it a must have? I'm going to say no. The last thing that I purchased is the lip gloss. But before we get to the lip gloss, I'm sure one of the main questions is, where's Trophy Wife? I went into the store. Now, I ordered pretty much everything online. But Trophy Wife was like keeping me up at night because I was like, I think I need it in my life. I don't know. Should I get it? Look at other pictures like, So I got in a car and I drove to Sephora. And as soon as you walk in, there's a display so you can swatch it like literally the moment you walk in. And I was hoping that when I walked in and swatched it, I would just be like, oh, hell, I got to have it. And it was actually just the opposite. I talked about it a little bit on Snapchat. I think it's beautiful. There's no question about it being a beautiful highlighter. I think it complements women with lighter, like caramel skin more than anything, in my opinion. You know, very Rihanna-esque. And I do agree that you can use it on your eyes and you can do so many things with it. But if I'm going to be honest, I think it's too much. You know, it's just too much. Just because it's not just the highlighter, but then it's full of glitter. So you try to put glitter here, and glitter ends up everywhere else because it's just so much. It is 100% editorial. It is 100% I'm on stage, took my umbrella, and I turn, and it's right there, and you like slobbering. That makes sense. But for the everyday person, or for myself, who works, and then I'm at ShopRite, and then I'm at a football game, I would never be able to use it as much as I would like to. And I just didn't find that yellow gold flattering as much as I would have liked to. Now, I think it's beautiful. Like I said, I think it's gorgeous on caramel. I mean, it's it just works. But I think on darker skin, it's just a bit too harsh, is my opinion. So with that being said, is the reason why I decided to opt away from that. And that's the only reason. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful highlight. And yes, you can use, you know, do so many things with it. I just felt like it was too much and a little bit too harsh for my skin tone. So I skipped those. So this is the only highlight that I got. And of course, I did pick up the lip gloss. And I'm surprised I picked up the lip gloss because I'm not typically a lip gloss girl. Lately, I've been becoming a lip gloss, but I'm so glad I picked it up. I love the color. Now, on other lighter people, this color looks gorgeous. It just looks gorgeous. Just because there is some form of pigmentation to it. However, when you get to darker lips, that pigmentation doesn't have an opportunity to be seen as much as you would like it to be. So then you're kind of just relying on, you know, how does it feel, the finish, how does it wear, because the pigmentation of it is really not a factor. It smells so good. Doesn't really have much of a taste. Some of them actually have, you know, taste pretty good. This one smells like everything though, and it does have small little flecks of shimmer in it, which I think is gorgeous. So I am glad that I have this. I will use it. If nothing else, I just smell it all day. However, is it a must-have? That answer is no. It's not a must-have. It's nothing necessarily so brilliant about it. There's nothing necessarily so like must-have type stuff, but I'm glad that I have it. So overall, I would give this entire collection so far, I have to give it a B+. I think there's too many hits for it not to just be amazing. It is really, really great. There are some misses as far as personal misses, but not as in quality or, you know, just the way it functions. Everything has been stellar on that. There's some personal misses. I wanted Trophy Wife to work for me, and it just didn't. And it was more... It was harsh not seeing it, but seeing it up close just really made it not for me. The foundation is everything. The foundation is a must-have. I love that, you know, between these two colors, $4.50 and $4.40, believe it or not, I could have maybe used that $4.45. So if I'm hearing the little birds right, there may be more coming, you know, to meet some of these in the middle, which I'm very much okay with. The concealers, I feel like are beautiful highlights and really just help add some light to those areas of the face that you want pronounced. But I wouldn't necessarily call them concealers, because for a concealer that I would need more of a full coverage concealer, and that is not. Individually, these are $25. So I love the fact that you get the concealer, the contour, as well as that highlight. I love that they made this. This was brilliant. As far as the contour, I feel like it doesn't, that one being the darkest does not, it does nothing for my darker sisters. And so that is one little snag away from it. And then two, that darkest one, I don't feel like has enough gray. Once again, this is definitely a must-have. I love it just because even if it doesn't hit every single mark that you wanted to use, you can definitely use it. You can definitely see the benefit. And to be honest with you, when it all blends in together, it is just phenomenal. That is my thoughts on the Fenty product line. I am so proud of you. And I'm proud of you, Rihanna. I think it was an amazing launch. It really just it just shook the crap out the world. And I'm a little disappointed in the fact that all the darker shades are definitely selling out, but those lighter shades aren't moving as much as it usually would if there was another line launched it. If you understand what I'm trying to say between the lines, I really would it breaks my heart that the massive support isn't going to the entire line. It's just us saying, hey, we finally got some looks, some shades for us, let's jump on. But it really does teach other companies that, you know, we do wear makeup and we love makeup and we're no different. But those are my thoughts. I thought it was great. I definitely would encourage us all to get behind this movement. You will find something in this collection that you actually really like, because I'm a believer. You guys know I don't really do hype. I don't really do hype. I don't want to hear hype. You have to show me, and I need to feel it. I need to touch it to believe it, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to agree with what you like. But the majority of people that apply these things really enjoy it, and I am now added to that list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave those below. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video and definitely subscribe and share this video. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the very next video. Remember, you are bold, you are beautiful, but most importantly, you're blessed. And don't let nobody tell you differently. I love you, and I'll see you next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.